Hey there, everybody, and welcome back to the Gyms of Power, a weekly D&D 5e show. And when we actually bring the cast back, because that'd be nice. Guys, what's up?
Not too much. How about you?
Good. I'm just taking the music down because it's way too loud. And let's see what happens.
All right,
I just met God for the first time, and he sucked.
He's not. All the gods are dead, and that's canon. All gods are dead in Gems.
Let's rock it on.
I know, but
okay.
to him, that's God. I mean,
it seems like a god.
Seems like a god.
Okay, so, you guys pack everything up in one of the caravans. I mean, there are caravans that are available. Justin is missing.
It's go. Just go on.
Just keep going. Okay. You know, so forth. And you see a familiar half-orcish face around one of the caravans, packing things and getting ready to leave.
Oi!
Grunt?
Grunt!
Fuck.
Grunt,
Hey,
what the fuck
Grunt.
are you doing here?
Hey, where'd you leave me behind last time?
You know, you were busy, weren't you?
You were with your uncle, and he said you just followed him around.
Yeah, I guess I was. I'm sorry for not being more available for you.
Hey, well, you were busy, man. You were busy.
It's
You had
good.
Oh,
Can I ad-lib some backstory in here, or do you want to just tell us where Grunt has been?
no, please give me backstory.
Of course, once you were separated from... This is like the side cut split-off adventure that happened while these guys were doing their thing. Grunt did this. So, when you were split off from our lovely group for a little while and left behind, you worked with the caravan for a short period of time. And they came here to bring, like, supplies down for the forging of corrupted weapons. And you were guarding. And basically, you got left behind here, and you had to find yourself a job as a miner and a laborer in the camp. So you've been down mining corruption for the past, I don't know, 2 months or something. And
That makes sense because I have 0 wealth.
yeah, so there you go.
don't tell for stab.
That's what you've been doing.
Are you comfortable with telling me your charisma?
No.
It's gonna definitely come into play with Verstad.
Well, why don't you try and infer charisma based on role playing?
Yeah,
We'll see how well.
I know.
All right. Anyway, so that's what you've been doing, Grunt. So back in.
Well, Grunt, we're going.
Was a small segue.
If you're coming with us, I mean, join our caravan in front. You're.
Well, I have a job right now. I don't know if the foreman would let me go. He says I'm a good
place is shut
miner.
down. This place is shut down. You know, it's.
Yeah, you ain't got a job anymore, mate.
You're with us.
What? No one told me it was shut down.
We shut
We're
it down.
telling you now, mate. You're telling you now. Come on, Grunt.
You're with us. Come on.
You're with us.
Okay. I drop my pickaxe, pick up my great sword, and armor.
Yeah,
think-
you still have all your possessions. Yeah.
Gregor,
Yeah.
Gregor, can you heal because
band's
he's
back
been
together.
working in the mine, you know, corruption. Gregor, you muted, Justin. You are very muted,
You're
Justin.
still muted.
Continue to stay muted.
There we go. Okay,
Okay,
we're good
so-
now.
Can you heal Grunt because you know he's been working in the mine?
Don't waste your healing on me. I'm
Grunt.
okay.
Poor Grunt, who was sold into mine slavery, probably because his uncle was mad at the suggestion spell. There you go. 9 points of healing and lots of corruption oozing out of your pores, presumably.
Is there corruption oozing out of my pores?
There's definitely some black ooze. Yeah.
I pick up dirt and rub it in the black ooze. Just trying to rub it off me.
Yes. Throw that Baron's dirt in there.
In Orcish, I'm like, ooh, corruption mud. That's a pretty good idea. We should research that some more.
In common, not realizing you were speaking in Orcish. Oh, what's corruption mud?
I guess just face palm like this. Like. Anyway, let's go. Did we have a meeting place with the ranger, the guy that guided us here, the elf? I think we had.
Yeah. I'm actually really sad because I left my notepad open that had all the names of people in it. And
The elf told us that.
So I don't remember the name of that elf. I'm very sorry.
The elf told us that he was going to wait at the tribe, didn't he?
No, because we don't know where the tribe is.
He was gonna wait on the outskirts, like on that cliff face that you guys were on when you came down to your.
Yeah,
so
let's just go back to the cliff face.
You'll be able to find him if you backtracked. Yeah.
That's where we're going.
Does anybody have his name recorded, or do I just give him a new one?
New name.
Give him a new one.
Okay. His name is Zara. H-Z-A-R-A.
Okay.
So anyway, you make your way back to where you know that Zara's camped, along with you know, the rest of the caravan that you're bringing. Morgrim is at the head caravan with you guys. You know, sitting there like driving the ponies or whatever. And there's like two other wagons that you have that have like all the laborers and like their gear and anything they salvaged from the place. I'm assuming you guys told them no corrupted weapons, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're burning the whole place down. Like literally, the last thing we're doing.
Setting fire to the place behind you.
Yeah, bringing
Yes.
any.
I still have my corrupted dagger and the rest of the corrupted arrows that I have left, by the way.
What you guys do is not important.
Oh yes, yeah, that's one of the things. Like I'm gonna ask for the hammer from Bjorn.
I'm gonna drop it on the floor.
I'm gonna put it in the armory, and then I'm gonna go to Finn and ask for the things that I gave
Well,
her.
okay, you don't know I've got the dagger, by the way.
I know about the arrows. I know. Yeah, I'm just
Okay.
gonna tell you like, give me the arrows.
So we're setting
they're
the prison on
useful,
fire,
they're
the
useful.
forge on fire, the shop
really
on
useful.
fire,
I
and the
don't-
barracks.
I
We're
think I
not
should-
burning down the entrance to the mine,
We're
right?
going to we're not burning up the entrance, man. We're going to a tribe that kills the land, hates these people here. What do you think they? What if they can detect it? What do you think they'll react to? Give me the arrows.
But they might come in handy. They'll be really useful.
Give me the arrows.
Fine.
I take the arrows. I'll put my arrows in as well. In the bar as we burn it all.
The bars and burning
Dad like has taken the shopkeep girl, his love, and like he like has prettied her up and like put her like laid her like where we're going to light the flame like first, so that I knew like she would burn in the fastest and prettiest way.
I'm gonna see if
Okay.
I don't have a short sword. I just had. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna talk to Gregor. Gregor, how many people can you hear a day?
1822.
Okay, so you should heal the miners. Do they all have crystals? Like around their neck, the protective crystals?
No, but you may remember there's the protective dome.
Yeah, but we're moving out of the protective
Yeah,
dome.
they don't have.
So I'm just gonna say you need to heal them. How many are there in total? How many workers?
There are like 30.
Can you heal them in like half today, half tomorrow, and just continue on doing that until we reach the camp?
Yeah, as long as
Just
I don't
perfect
use my
around
spells for anything else. And I look at Finn.
Ah,
I'll try not to make you use any spells. I'll try not to get hurt.
Anybody hurt? I'll get everybody else. Okay, then let's
Oh,
go.
actually, yeah. I think I lost some hit points. Actually, yeah. I just remembered because I fell in the ooze, didn't I?
Oh,
You did.
yeah, definitely didn't heal you last time because you were not in the forefront.
Yes.
So I'm gonna give you a heal. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm not.
Just to confirm, Elf, are we okay?
So
Because I
I
remember
stopped-
not healing her yesterday. like I said.
if you guys are doing that, then yeah, you're fine. I'm not gonna make a big deal of it. I'm one of those people who is like, if you want to be full health next session, just do whatever it is that you need to do that.
Oh, so is this downtime?
This isn't downtime so much as it is like, well, I guess it is because it's like 2 days of travel.
Yeah, it's
It's
kind of
good.
like it's kind of like a group question too. Yeah.
I'm guessing that we
It's
literally meet the guy.
basically
I tell him exactly what happened. Well, besides the killing the innocent people part.
So you're doing this thing where you do it in third person again. Why don't you just tell him what happened?
Okay, so Xanax.
Zara.
Zara.
He's like, yes, I see the flames. I assume you've dealt with.
Yeah, it's all done. Gabriel, the orcs, and well, these people here are the miners.
Hello.
Oh, he's with us. He's not a part of the miners.
I'm a miner.
Again.
Miner. Just gonna whisper.
Anyway,
Anyway,
he's looking at the half orc like he doesn't give a shit.
we're going. Let's go to the tribe. How is are they gonna be accepted? If these people are just workers, and we can't really take them anywhere else unless we go with them. Are they gonna be safe?
I mean, if I were to tell you, I'm not really sure how they'll react to so many people, and
we have enough food and water to keep them fed and heal from the corruption. If you can get some crystals, that'd be great. But besides that, we can keep them apart from the whole camp and not interfere too much. But they should be with us. It's not safe to just let them go on their own.
I mean, you'll have to talk to Char. She'll tell you what you can do with them. But I wouldn't bring them into the central.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
I'm gonna. By the way, I'm gonna pointedly sort of like stand near the stad and just be like, "Smells like barbecue, doesn't it?" Just absently to myself where he can hear me.
I say nothing. Verstad is way in his head right now. And Finn is not gonna take him out.
How's Verstad doing?
I mean, he was like after like he rested the body of his would-be lover, like many tears were shed, but he's been desperately meditating and trying to pray to like try to get over this experience, because it is really like he was about to do something that an evil
trying to find solace in the gods.
Yeah, because he's been very quiet and trying
to by the way, Elf, I'm gonna try and I'm gonna try and keep away from the caravan. As they move, I'm gonna be far in front or far behind. And I'm actually gonna ask Grunt to join me in the front. Grunt?
Yeah, what's up?
Come on, join me in the front. We can scout and I can tell you what's been happening.
Okay.
It's at this point that I'd like to mention again that as you're traveling, because I'm assuming you've taken the ranger with you.
Yeah.
And Zara's leading you guys to the camp now. You know, like that's where you guys are at. This is like the third day of travel, sort of thing. And you guys are headed up into the hills, and it's quite difficult for the wagons because it's like not terrain where you would bring wagons. So the horses are having a hard time, and it's a bit slow going, but it's possible. And you, of course, Gregor, noticed those every now and then, those shadows on the cliff sides or the hillsides.
Just real fast, I will do this beforehand because I want to just keep get Grunt up to date. So this would be in the first day or two. Basically, as we go in front, we're gonna say, Grunt, there's been a lot of happenings, and I think if you wanna stay with us, you should know. You know, after we left, we went to the temple. And long story short, we almost released a dragon from a prison.
Why?
Mistake. But now we're keeping him trapped in there, and we need like powers from all temples to strengthen the seal, because if we don't, he's gonna get out in about 1 year. And also there might be figures. I'm gonna describe Nathaniel to him. I said this exact figure, he might appear to you. He's not real. He like an illusion, like the Morgana girl in the desert.
The visions of Nathaniel have been oddly absent over the past couple of days.
Yeah, I mean, he's a weird guy. He takes his time, but
wait,
at the same
Nathaniel's
time,
the dragon?
What's weird about that? I take my time.
Yeah, Nathaniel's the dragon. Oh, do you remember Nathaniel? Did I tell you about him?
Didn't you just say Nathaniel, the dragon?
Yeah, he's the dragon.
Okay.
And yeah, he might just appear randomly, so don't get freaked out and don't respond to him. Just ignore him.
But shouldn't you kill dragons?
Yeah, but that's the thing. He's too powerful for us to kill, so we're gathering power so we can kill him. That's.
So where are we gonna see him if we can't kill him?
I just open my book and I show him like literally there's like a seal that's moving, like real time moving on the page. And say this is keeping him in a prison. We need to make it stronger so the prison is permanent.
Man, you flash that really important document around a lot.
You know, but it's people that it's people in the party.
Only the PCs, so it's fine.
It's people in the party. It feels very weird that Grun doesn't know our main idea, so that's why I'm just giving him to it. I wouldn't normally, like, overall I wouldn't do it to just anybody, but like metagaming more, just involving him in the plot because he's been missing a lot.
Okay.
So where are we going now?
To this tribe. They supposedly have the power to heal the land, though I doubt it. That's it's extreme power. And also they might be able to help us with a spider temple. We're supposed to turn around the negative energy into positive energy and use it to power this up.
Okay.
Are we good?
My uncle says I'm not. He was really mean to me after you left. He says I'm a bad person and bad things deserve to happen to me, and then he left me to mine for the rest of my life.
He's an asshole.
He's an orc.
Yeah, but not all orcs are assholes. You're not an asshole.
That's what my uncle says.
You're good. You're a good orc, and you're a friend.
Okay.
I put like a hand on your shoulder.
Can you reach my shoulder?
We're both on horses. I'm guessing we can.
Grunt doesn't ride a horse.
Or then I surely can because I'm on a horse.
Okay.
And I think I'm pretty tall myself. 1 second, I'm just checking. Okay. I am 1.93 meters. I don't know how that translates.
Sure. Yeah, you're tall enough to reach my shoulder.
2 meters, approximately.
Yeah, 2 meters approximately. Well, okay, well then let's go. And I'm guessing that I'm just gonna continue on the journey. Even though Nathaniel's visions have been missing, the same thing, I don't want to spend even nights close to the camp to the workers because they're gonna freak out. So I'm just gonna spend time very far away from them.
Okay. But yeah, basically, Gregor, because you have that really high passive perception, you can occasionally see those shadows of like people on a ridge, you know, with like a spear in hand or something that disappear as quickly as you see them, like, you know, turn and move away or whatever, what have you.
I wave at the shadows every time I see them.
Nice. And within about 2 days, within about like a day of really hard slogging, and just generally pushing carts and, you know, so on, you guys make it to the camp. And I'm gonna hang on. I have a map for this. This is a map I thought I would use in the first session, but you guys did not go there.
What's the map? Where's the map?
I'm on it. I'm on it. I just need to put all your tokens there. So I'm just gathering them up. Hang on. And
I shouldn't be here.
Do I have a token for a grunt?
Just bring it out in orc. I think we have one. Check in the copy map, like the battle sheet map. There's a small map.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one.
No, I think he's not on there because I used it, remember?
Let's bring an orc then.
Okay, I will. It's just I have to do permissions and such.
Neal, do you have any preference in orcs?
No. The token's a token.
Do you care about which orc?
I strongly don't.
You strongly don't give a shit? Alright. We'll use this guy. Cool. Okay, let me move you guys over to the right map. Boop.
There we go. We have a map.
Ah, I moved the map by accident.
It's so pretty.
It's
Isn't
so
it,
pretty.
Aww.
Wow, you fucking told us you didn't do shit, and look how great this map is.
I'm glad you like it. Hang on, I'm just gonna give that orc permissions for Neal.
Okay, trying to find.
There you go.
That token.
Aha.
Give that token some permissions.
So you arrive in the camp, and something you notice as you grow closer to the camp. I mean, something you know as you grow closer to the camp, from a further distance, is that the ground starts being sort of lush. You know, like there's grass and there are trees that are fully grown, not stunted, horrible badlands.
Eyes go wide.
Wildlife. And you know there are like living things here. Things that are flourishing and surviving in this harsh wilderness, basically.
Oh, Verstad is so happy. He started like...
It is like really nature pretty.
He's kicked up his step and he's like going from tree to tree and like, oh, and you know, you hear like audible sighs of like happiness while we travel.
I'm just looking at you like, you're fucking mental. Not saying anything, but it's just like, okay.
So
Do
as
you
you
know
guys
these people?
are you guys leave
No, mate,
behind the
no.
workers, or do you bring them in?
I think we should just leave them on the outskirts, don't you guys? Maybe? Yeah. We don't want to, like, you know, if it does kick off, we don't want a bunch of like,
I think we
miners
should
milling
keep them
around.
out. I look at Verstad and I look at Gregor. I think you two should come with me, and maybe the others keep here.
Is the foreman with us?
Well, I mean, if you ask him to, but he's
Oh,
basically
no, well, he's traveling with our group though.
yeah, he's with your group, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so as I said, I'm just gonna say, like, I think Verstad and Gregor should come with me, and you guys stay here. You know, look at Bjorn and say, I trust you to keep these guys in line.
No problem. I got this.
I'll come with you as well. Sounds like a laugh.
I shake my head. You should stay here. You know?
Why?
I kind of whisper, you're the one to keep Bjorn in line, you know?
Do I hear
Kicks
this?
anybody. Or just whisper. I mentioned I whispered this.
About to punch him again.
That's the
Oh,
only way to
God.
keep fun and fit out.
Are you gonna make me babysit the dwarf?
You're the best one at it.
I'm gonna happily sit there with my little tankard and just drink from my.
Alright, fine.
What does
Look,
it
he's
feel like?
looking after himself. He's fine. He'll be fine.
Oh, man.
Look at him,
Fact.
he's drinking.
Yeah, I'm drinking. I'll like look over to them. I'll see them talking or whatever. and I'll just
Some of the
smile.
miners have come up to Bjorn during the trip, you know, like the dwarves and like the heavy drinkers as well. They're trying to like bomb alcohol off of Bjorn after he don't have any, you know.
Because
Let's drink, boys.
Bjorn has a keg that he carries down on his back.
Yeah.
I'm willing to share.
He'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Sorry. Yes, Grunt? Yeah?
Can I go sleep in one of these tents?
Let's talk to them
I
first.
wouldn't. Yeah.
Let's talk to them first, afterwards.
Yeah, you guys are actually not as close as it says that you are on the map.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but you're like a little bit away trying to make these decisions of who's gonna go first, and then I'll deal with that.
I think I'm gonna go with Verstad and Gregor unless anybody else has something against this. I'm just gonna take
Verstad looks like he's about to like sing a number from like a musical because like Finn's not coming now. It's all beautiful around. Like, this couldn't get
No. You told
Like-
Finn not to come. Finn's totally gonna sneak off after you. I'm gonna totally sneak off after you guys.
I don't understand why you're not all going, but that's just me.
Yeah, I'm just basically gonna sort
Because
of like
I don't trust
they'll walk
Finn.
away, and I'm gonna fucking go marching after you guys because screw that. I want to see what's going on. I'm a nosy bastard. Basically, stop me.
Anyway,
Bjorn's having a keg party with the dwarves right now.
We're having a great celebration.
Grunt, if you wanna come with us, you're invited.
Okay. Maybe we can ask them if I can sleep in one of their tents.
Nod my head. Let's go.
Do you really want to sleep in a tent, Grunt?
Sarah.
They make me
Come on,
sleep
let's go.
outside at night. It'd be really nice to sleep in a tent during the day. I'm very tired. Been working 16-hour days.
Oh, I'll get you a tent, Grant. You'll have a tent of your very own. You won't have to borrow it from someone else.
Really?
Really?
You're the best. And Grunt gives you an orc hug, which is like a bear hug, except you get picked up off your feet.
Oh, that's adorable.
Gregor just gets crushed. Gregor's dead now. All right. Anyway,
Tell me about the rabbits, George.
tell me about the rabbits, George. Yeah. So you guys go towards the camp, and as you're approaching, you can see that like.
By the
a
way,
couple...
our ranger is in front of us. FY, just ranger is in front of us.
This alchemist is probably not with you.
No.
Oh, no.
No, she's not. Oh no, she's not.
She's back over there. And Bjorn, are you there, or are you partying with
I'm partying. Oh, I'm yeah.
Basically, they're gonna go. I'm just gonna follow along behind them quietly, just like try and stop me.
So just as soon as you guys approach within like a close-ish distance, you can see like, you know, a bunch of them sort of like peeling off from whatever they were doing. Like you can see some of them like cutting things, you know, in wood. Like there are sort of like totems planted up around the place and nice tent posts on like, you know, fancy like, you know, tent coverings and so forth. And they're clearly, you know,
I'm gonna say, let me do the talking.
quite comfortable. And they approach and they sort of like look on their guard. They're taking like, you know, the various clubs or spears or things like that off the ground. Bows are being like pulled and aimed.
I'm gonna take out my bow and just put it on the ground. Like and my arrows, just put them on the ground. And then I'm gonna like walk in front with my arms bare. Like we come here in peace.
Okay. So as you're sort of like surrendering, is everybody else doing like a similar thing, or is it just like?
I'll hold up my quarterstaff and be like, "This is all I have. I'm just holding a quarterstaff."
I'm just cheerily strutting forward.
All right, just.
I keep my two-handed sword on my back and my dagger at my side and just keep walking.
I'm kind of. I think virtually that I'm gonna stop you guys from walking. But you stand here a bit because you're pointing arrows at us. Get him to not point arrows at us.
Yeah, I'm gonna be quietly standing behind everybody else.
Well, I mean, raising your arms like this doesn't stop anyone from doing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I'm just doing this. And if you guys want to go past me, you can. I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to stop you.
Fair enough.
So,
Anybody, anything contentious, or should I move on? Okay, I'll move on.
I guess I stopped. I mean,
Cool. So, as you guys stop and sort of like this little group of tribal individuals is like gathered around you, you see from the back there is a person holding a staff, with like, you know, a fur draped around their neck that like hangs down their back, you know, like a cloak.
I whisper to the ranger.
And various sort of like leather tribal sort of looking clothing, like very sort of, you know, minimalist and so on.
I'm gonna whisper to the ranger. Get me to talk to the leader so I can explain, or you explain our situation.
So Zara goes, "You're about to," and you can see that woman sort of like moving forward towards your group, from the back.
is she pretty?
I will give her a booty roll. Hang on.
Booty roll.
We don't do roll for hotness here. We do booty roll. 11. She's like an 11.
10 is average, so 11 is cool.
No, that's pretty enough. Oh man.
So and she looks a little bit like, you know, she lives in the wild. She's like a hard
Battery 100.
Oh, that's my kind of woman.
So she moves forward and she says, "What are you doing here?"
Can I borrow one of your tents? I'm really tired.
Cunt. Shh.
We'll get to that in a moment, Grunt.
Gracious lady, we're here. Would you ask for your help? We're the people who took the mining company out of commission. It's all burned to a crisp now. We just came from there. Sarah here can confirm that.
You've destroyed the mining company?
Yeah, they're all dead, mate. Well, except for the...
Oh, I'm still here.
She says sort of incredulously, then looks to one of the people at the side, like, who's pointing a weapon at you right now, like one of the bowmen. And the bowman sort of, like, nods to her, like, confirming it, basically. And she replies, "Good then. So why have you come here?"
Well, 2 reasons. First, we want to just confirm the people outside are with us.
By the way, they haven't lowered their weapons. They still
I
look
know.
on guard.
The people with us is just the miners from there. We're just keeping them safe until we can get them back to their families and places. So you shouldn't be around by them. We'll keep them out of your camp. We can, if you have some spell crystals, that'd be great. But we're keeping out of the camp.
We also want to borrow your tent.
Maybe we should get to the real reason we've come here.
Yeah, I think.
I'm just gonna like slap Grunt on the leg and be like, Grunt.
Do you wanna? I think this is something you wanna talk in private. Trust me.
While you guys are talking to her, another person sort of walks up, so like hunched over, looking kobold, very sort of like very like hunchbacked. With like a cloak over his head, like a hood, and he's like got a walking stick that he's sort of like doing, like the move forward like this kind of thing with. And he comes up and he's like turns to Char and goes like, "You shouldn't trust these people. They could be trying to kill you." Like very suspicious lizard guy. We
came here after we dealt with the mining company just to prove that we're just trying to get your help. Hear us out. This is important. Very.
I'm gonna give him like a really winning smile from behind Greg.
And actually, I'm gonna try this.
I'm gonna be like, maybe we could talk in your tent, and then I wink at her.
I'm gonna say in Celestial.
Well, hold on. Let me sleep in a tent first, then you can find a talking tent.
Grunt, we're gonna get you a tent. Just.
I'm talking to him. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cause trouble. I'll just stand at the back. And Grant backs up to the end of the party.
Anyway, so Char's looking at this kobold, and giving him sort of like sort of brushes him off after a couple of seconds of you guys like talking, and goes like, "You have something you want to tell me in private? Good. Let's talk."
I nod my head. And I say thank you under my breath as a whisper as I go past her in Celestial to see if she responds. Or does any kind of facial reaction.
You talk to her in Celestial?
Yeah, just gonna say one thing, thank you in Celestial, and see if she responds, if she reacts to that.
She sort of gives a shrug and waves you towards the tent. You can't tell if it was just in response to knowing what you were saying or just in response to you saying something she doesn't understand.
Because
meanwhile, Bjorn is partying with the dwarven miners back at the caravans.
Got it fucked up.
It's at this point that the scout Hazara walks up to you, back from coming back from the camp, and says like, it looks like they're gonna be talking with the tribal leader. So we were told to camp out on the outskirts with the laborers. So gather everybody up. Move the caravans, bring them to like within the sort of greenery area, and that should do it. All
right, guys, get your fat little arses up. We're gonna go drink over here. Get up, boys.
And Morgrim's like, all right, fine. We'll pick it up and move it somewhere else. Like,
Adam, boys, let's go. If we can find more beer, get it. Everybody bring everything you can. We're moving over here. Come on, everybody up. Come on, boys. Let's go.
I think I might have a couple of boot flasks left in the last caravan. Let me go.
Attaboy.
Goes and with a couple of his guys goes and like moves caravans up to just outside the camp on the outskirts of like sort of the greenery area. Okay, back to the other group. All right. So you guys are talking to the tribal leader. How many of you are going to talk to him?
I will stand just outside of the tent awkwardly.
You're gonna stand awkwardly outside the tent? Perfect.
Yes. Any idea what my charisma is yet?
I'll follow along with Chuky into the tent.
I'm gonna insinuate myself in behind everybody else inside the tent.
As Finn walks up, I'm gonna give her like.
I'm just gonna be like. And just completely blithely ignore you and just insinuate myself into the tent sneakily.
Okay.
And do you need me to tell? Because I'm gonna tell the whole story. Do you want me to tell it, or?
Verstad is gonna try to sit as close as he can to her. So if he can, Verstad's gonna move towards sitting next to her.
Basically, she goes into the tent, and you guys. I'll give you a description on the inside of the tent. So, it's pretty big. Like it looks a lot bigger inside than it did from the outside. Not that that's like a spatial weirdness thing. It just like literally just looks that way. Like it looks.
So we didn't just walk into a TARDIS.
No, you didn't just walk into a TARDIS. But it is like roomy, like roomier than you would imagine from the outside. There are sort of a lot of like various animal skins, sort of like rugs and stuff like around and like covering the floor to like shield the dirt, basically. And there are some things hanging from the posts that look like, like sort of like dream catchery type things, like beaded, like oddities, basically. And there's like a large sort of painting on the inside of the like canvas covering that goes all the way around the tent in like a sort of like a sky pattern. So she sits at like the far end of the tent, and she sits down cross-legged, and like undoes the like cloak from her neck, and puts
the staff faint
and leans the staff against the post behind her, and
I think this tribe needs a chieftain.
And so, yeah, you guys arrange yourself however it is you do. You notice that she doesn't have any guards. She didn't bring anybody in with her.
I'm gonna extend a hand and say Matthew Owen.
She doesn't.
I'm gonna push your hand aside, and I'm gonna be, hello, milady. My name is Verstad, and I'm gonna put my hand out.
She doesn't shake either of your hands. She doesn't touch you. But she nods and says, Char.
Well, Char, the situation is a bit delicate, so here's how the story sits. Again, do you want me to tell it exactly, or can I just skip through? I tell her the whole dragon thingy, and we need her help, and so on.
I mean, you can.
Do you tell her about the temple underneath the mining thing?
Yeah.
So I tell her like literally everything from we found the temple, we found Nathaniel. Nathaniel was a dragon. We kept Nathaniel like this inside of the temple, and we're trying to keep him inside. We know that you guys can heal the corruption. This is amazing what you've done around. We shut down the mining company. There was an evil god temple down beneath. We need to use that evil god power to strengthen the seal, but we need to turn the negative energy into positive energy. And we need your help.
She sort of listens to you patiently through the whole story without interrupting. And then at the end she says, the power that creates the corruption is stronger than I am. There is no way that I could compete directly against it.
We're not talking about that power, we're talking about simply a seal. Just to make it stronger. And the thing that's beneath the mining company this far out, definitely not the source of the corruption.
Is anybody else chiming in? Anybody else got anything to say?
Grunt shouts from outside, seals are only found in the ocean.
Actually, Grunt's busy, but I'll get to that.
I'm gonna stumble in and throw up, and guys.
You're just gonna stumble into the tent.
Throw up, guys. We need more drink, guys. We need more drink, and I'm gonna just fucking fall forward. I'm just gonna.
Just like face down on the ground. Like,
yeah, that's right.
Sorry about that.
You just like start snoring in the back.
I'm just gonna be there going, and this is Bjorn, our dwarven friend.
Yeah, dwarven friend explains it. Sorry about that.
She doesn't seem perturbed by this.
Alright, fair enough. Yeah. She seems chill, I like her.
Like, there's a dwarf, he puked on my rugs, I guess that's fine. Yeah. So she's gonna turn to the rest of you who haven't been sort of speaking most of this time because Matt's been telling the tale, you know. She's gonna turn to the rest of you and ask, and what do you think you should be doing about this?
Well, I don't think a dragon like destroying the world is a particularly good thing.
I'm inclined to agree.
Yeah.
Her dad like just realized she's actually talking. Like he's just been staring longingly at her, and now he just realized she's talking to him. Like he's like wakes up.
You're right there, Clanky. You're looking a bit dazed.
Well, we must do something.
Oh, I see what's going on here.
He can't find words. He's trying. He's a little like awkward
Clanky.
now. Like this woman's
Clanky.
gorgeous in like paradise, and she's like powerful. Like
I'm just gonna like whisper.
She appears to be the
Clanky,
one, and
Clanky,
through
Clanky.
explanation and through various like things that she says during the story, she appears to be the one who can do this stuff. You know, like create this lushness in the Badlands.
I'm gonna whisper into Finn's ear. Don't poison this one.
As long as he doesn't, just hey, he watched her drink it. But yeah, Clanky and Charles in a tree.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just trying to get words, but nothing really. No words actually came out, so I don't think she's like heard anything.
Do you say anything? I think
my friend has taken a vow of silence when it comes to it expires tomorrow, so he'll be able to answer your question tomorrow.
Yeah, isn't that right, Clanky? You've taken a vow of silence. Dunk, dunk.
So she turns to Gregor and she asks the same question. What do you think you would, what would you recommend?
If it's in fact true that the gods are gone, and from all my research it seems to be true, and there are powers left in the world as a result of that are going to harm us, it seems like someone should do something about them. And
she nods and she says, "You're right when you say that there are powers left in the world. Things have taken the spaces that the gods have left behind, whether they be small fragments of those gods or something else entirely that has taken on their name in service. These things are left behind from their absence. I have been blessed with a
lot of things.
No silence.
Like he couldn't help himself. He said it.
Clanky, did you just break your vow of silence? That's terrible.
She listens to this and she just raises an eyebrow and then continues. I have been blessed.
Clanky.
With dominion over a particular fragment of these gods. Something that will help us heal the wounds created by their absence. As you can see around, my work is in the service to this world.
The stats is like.
That's why we need your help. We can't do this alone.
By the way, cut from this. Outside, Grunt is standing by the tent awkwardly, and the old kobold has come over to Grunt and is looking up at him really suspicious like.
Hello.
And who are you? And why have you come here?
I'm Grunt, and I'm here because Matthew told me that I shouldn't talk to the person inside the tent, and so I'm standing here waiting for them to be done, but I'm getting a little tired, and I was thinking about taking a nap.
He sort of glares at you and goes, "You will not put the High Priestess in danger. She will remain here and not leave."
I don't know what a high priestess is.
Ha! And just like walks around you into the tent, sort of pushes the tent flap open, coming in like, with his gnarled, hunchy walk. And
Grunt takes this as an opportunity to lie on the ground and like shuffle his feet so his feet are inside the tent, and every few minutes he's going to shuffle a few more inches into the tent. And shuffle a little bit more.
So you're going to basically be lying next to Bjorn, sort of cuddled up together or something.
Yeah, but I'm like going feet first, so I can't see where I'm going. I don't know what I'm going to do.
The kobold pushes the tent flap open, sees the dwarf face down, sort of steps over the dwarf, you know, like, difficult.
Thank you.
And goes, you can't go with them. You can't leave here. We're not done.
Stand up. And he's like, you speak nicely to this woman.
You are the worst at vows of silence, aren't you, Clanky?
The kobold glares at Verstad, and you can tell, you know, he's just like full of bitter, you know, resentment for these people.
He's like grandpa. He's bitter grandpa.
Yeah,
grouchy grandpa kobold.
He's got like the gray sort of like, you know, long koboldy beard.
Back in my day, High Priestess always stand in the cap and didn't go out canoodling.
I have my shield out at this point. Like I'm trying to be like a gallant knight for the lady.
I'm gonna wake up during this whole commotion, and he's carrying a staff, right? I'm gonna take.
He is, yeah. He's got like a gnarled staff that he's leaning heavily on. You know.
I'm gonna take his staff and throw it to one of the guys, like playing with it over his head. Drunk, by the way.
Soon as, because you're like lying down next to him, so you just like grab it out from under him. Sort of like, as you snatch it, he's like leaning on it, so he just goes like, like into the ground, like face first.
That wasn't a good idea.
And I'm gonna throw it at Matthew, like to catch it, kind of thing, over.
Matthew's gonna like, literally like almost hitting his face. So like, ooh.
Char is not looking very impressed with this particular action.
I'm gonna look a bit like red faced and I say, Verstad, stay down. Here.
Yeah, no, Verstad's a little like, that may have been too far. Like now he's like awkward that he's gone back.
I give the staff back. Sorry about our friend.
Right, I'm gonna walk over to Bjorn, and I'm just, because he's lying down, I'm just gonna give him a fucking ding around the ear and just be like, oi!
And
Get out now.
Oh, fucking party pooper. I'm gonna take my little tankard and stumble out back to the cab with the
I'm just gonna be like,
so the kobold, the old kobold sort of pushes himself off the ground.
I'm gonna use, we're gonna help him, like, I'm gonna just cast like a fast mage hand.
Okay, just send the staff back to him. He grabs it, and he picks himself up, pushes himself up on it, because glares at all of you like around the room in like hateful bitterness, and then looks at Char.
Is he injured at all?
Is what?
Is he injured at all?
He doesn't look injured. I mean, he just like, you know, he just fell over. It looks at
well, he's old. Falls can be bad for old people.
He's all right. So he looks at Char and he goes, "We'll talk later." And then he leaves. Like he just exits the tent and leaves you guys to your the rest.
Sorry about that, Char. Anyway, can you help us?
He seems very proprietary, doesn't he? It's almost like he owns you.
He has been here a great many years, and his wisdom has proved fruitful in the past. We do not resent it, you know, we do not always agree, but I do consult him when it comes to things like this.
How'd you meet him in the first place, anyway? Don't see many kobolds around it.
There are plenty of them living under the hills, just out in the Badlands. I promise you that.
Yeah.
And what about halflings and gnomes having a city there?
I don't know much about cities. I haven't resided anywhere but these wilds for a long time.
Understandable. Well,
if what you seek to do is purge the corruption, then I will help you as much as I can.
We seek to not necessarily purge the corruption. That kind of sounds like a feat too high above our pay grade. We're trying to fix up a fuck up. And that fuck up might kill a lot of people if we don't fix it.
You look to remove an evil power from lands that fall closely under mine. That seems equitable enough for me. And if it leads to the defense of this world later, then
Well, evil
that's
dragon,
even more so.
permanent prison. Yeah.
As I said, you know, the immediate danger is that temple that you told me about. The imminent danger is this dragon that you told me about.
We need to.
You seem to be involved in quite a great many dangers.
We can't really destroy the temple. That's the bad part. We need to use the power to somehow power up the seal. I'm not exactly sure. It's Elf Steve. Is like a very, very smart elf that told us basically if the same thing we did at the temple that I told you about, the dancing temple. If we become high priest, we can manipulate the power and use it to our own ends. Now, Gregor here suggested the same thing, but I'm reluctant to go through the trials through high priests for a god of evil.
Speaking about this, have you mentioned anything about what you experienced within the temple, for Stat?
I haven't spoken of it.
Okay.
I'm scared she's not gonna like me if I
So,
say it.
she replies, "It is possible that you would wield the power of this being were you to become high priest, as you so say, but whether it would be possible or not to do so without also losing yourself, I don't know."
Well, that's why we're here. You can either help us deal with this temple, or if you know the location of any other temple.
Char, you said that the temple poses danger to you.
Well, it is close, and now that it is open to the open air, so to speak, I fear that the evil may seep out in a more in a faster manner than it would through
Told
the
you
ground.
we shouldn't have used that statue.
You sense the corruption
Gregor.
in that land, I'm sure. She says, like, looking at you, you know, a person who looks like they can do that kind of thing.
I'm like, well, you know, don't mean to brag, but
that will only get
Yeah,
worse.
he nearly peed himself in the temple. It was quite funny, actually.
That will
Grunt
only
scoots
get
a few more
worse
inches in.
as this shard of whatever is left behind remains unchecked.
Yes, we definitely.
So, do you know how we deal with it then?
Yeah.
I can help you to a degree, but the end task will have to be your own.
Well, we didn't really
Someone will
expect
have
anything
to take
else.
the vows.
The what?
I nominate Clanky!
Paradigm? No, it's not never gonna work. Well, I made a pact with the devil before. I can make it again.
Verstad is gonna do it.
I've got Verstad. Are you sure?
Verstad says, "I will. It is my duty to protect the beauty of the world, and so I shall take this task."
You
So
have
if you
more
become,
experience with
like-
gods than I do.
An evil priest. Are you going to want to protect the beauty of the world anymore?
Well, you can ask me after.
It is, Char speaks up, it is my hope that through some of my magic, I may be able to rein in the dominion that such a power would have over you.
All right.
It just may be enough so we can use the power, manipulate it to our ends. Is that possible, Char?
It's possible. I can't say for certain. I've never tried something of this magnitude.
Well, there's really only two choices here. We ignore it and it becomes a bigger problem, or we deal with it now while it's not that big of a problem.
Grunts
I will lose myself in this task. The being spoke to me many times, and it is quite powerful.
Then it might not be a good idea for you to do it.
Well, there are no good ideas at this point, Matthew.
I look at, we have other people with more powerful mental strength than you.
Yeah, pretty much everybody, right?
I think it'd be a good idea if
Char looks directly at you.
me
and
or
says,
Gregor do
There
it.
isn't a mortal alive who could control this thing on their own for a long period of time. whether they be strong or weak.
Yeah, but it might be a better chance not to die from it if you're stronger.
Nothing wrong with dying from it, surely. Hey, Clanky?
For this village,
Gregor,
Yeah.
for the lands, I will do this. None of us will survive.
You will.
No. You didn't meet him.
Is that
Matthew.
Char sort of nods to you and says, like, it has to be freely given, you know? Like,
I don't think it's a good idea to give it to somebody who already gives up.
break!
You just, yep. See you guys on the other side.
This.